Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. And in this video we will talk about form validation, PHP form validation. So let's start the video. Here you can see I have a PHP file validation.php. My server is open. Here you can see Apache server is on and I am in my project. My project name is test.php and this is my file validation.php. So let's start the video. So let's go to the code editor. Here I will type HTML first. And here let me just create a form first because we want to do form validation, right? So I'll say here form and I will say input type should be text, and let's say I want to create one more input, and that is like this, and this is for the email, let's say. Okay, and I want to set the name. For the text is name and for the email is email. So we have two text field, right? Now we want to do validation, so we need one more input field for the submit button. So we'll say here submit and name also submit. Okay, now let's go to the browser and select on valid.php. If I click, now you can see this is our page, web page, right? PHP web page. So let's add some placeholder here. So I will say placeholder, not here, email here, and I will say placeholder. Enter your email, and for the name I will say enter your name. Okay, so now refresh. You can see we have two text field, one is for the name and one is for the email, and then we have submit button. If I click on submit, it will redirect to the same page. So I will say here form action is validation.php because I want to redirect. I want it to redirect to the same page, right? Okay, and then we want to set the method as post. You can set it guest, no problem, but if it is related to your soft information, then you should use post here. So now let's say somebody submit it. So if someone click on submit, then we should accept the values from this field, right? So we need to write here PHP script. At the top you will say PHP question mark here, and this is our PHP script. Now we will accept the value. So we'll say if is set we'll say dollar underscore, our method is post, so super global variable will be post, and here we will say submit because our button name is submit, right? Here you can see our button name is submit. So now we will actually catch or store the value. So if our button is set, then we will enter this clause. So we'll say here dollar, let's say name for the name. So we'll say dollar name equal to dollar underscore post, and then our field name. First field name is name. You can see here our first field name is name and second field name is email. So let me just copy it. So I will change at a time. So I will click, I will press Ctrl from the keyboard, and then I have to click like this. Okay, and now I can change both of them. So I will say here email, and I know my field name is email also, right? Okay, so now we will check if our dollar name field is empty or not. So we will use a function that is called empty dollar name, and okay, let's say dollar name, and then we will enter here. If it is empty, then we will say echo field is empty, and same thing for the email also. We'll say here email. Okay, now let's check how it works. Go back, click on here, and if I say submit, you can see uncaught error, undefined constant name. So let me check why it is giving me the same okay, so I have to give here quotation, single quotation. I have to use here single quotation. Okay, and if I refresh, okay, it says that field is empty. because we have set to if condition here that if our name is empty, then show field is empty. If our email is also empty, then show that field is empty. So it's showing like this, but we want to show them inside this field. So how to do this? So to do this, if empty, we will set a variable here, and that is error. We'll say name error. We'll say please enter your name fast, and let me just, okay, let me say here dollar email error. We will set here enter your email fast. So we have two variable here, and now we will paste it inside it. So we will say here, we just have to say here value, okay, and then we have to add PHP script here, because we know in our PHP file, if anywhere actually you want to write PHP code, you have to use PHP script like this, okay. And inside it we will say if, we will set if condition here, and we will say if is set method, and then dollar this variable name error, okay. We will say that if this variable is set, then we can show it. It means when actually it will check that our name is empty or not. If it is empty, then it will check it, and if it is empty, then it will enter this clause, okay. And then it will set this variable value, I mean this value, to this variable. So we will also check here that if this variable is empty or not, I mean is set or not. If this variable is set here, okay, then we will paste it, otherwise we will not paste it, okay. So we'll say here if is set dollar name error, then we will show, what we will show, echo, we will show the variable, and there is dollar name error. And let me just copy it, this value section, from here to here. Let's just copy it for the email also, right? So we'll go to the email section here, before placeholder or after placeholder, no problem, you can paste it. And here we will say if is set email error, because for the email field we have set email error, right? Here you can see for the email, when we check that it is empty or not, then actually for the email we have set here email error, right? Okay, so here you can see we have done everything, right? And we just have to say here email error. So everything is done. Now let's check our code is working or not. So I will, this is my project, and I just have to click here validation.php, and if I say here submit, you can see please enter your name, okay, and enter your email fast, enter your name fast, enter your email fast. So now if I say here, let's say Tanvir, if I say here tanvir@gmail.com, if I said submit, okay, so we want to actually paste the value also, so we'll set here else condition. We'll say here echo name is our variable name, that is like dollar name, and we'll say here and email is dollar email. These are two variable we have stored, name and email here. Now let's go to the browser and refresh. Actually I want to go back to my project. So my project is localhost. You have to write like this, localhost/test.php, I mean your project. Here you can see this is my project test.php. So I just have to press enter, and now I'm in this same page, and now I have to go to the file actually I have created for the validation. So this is the validation.php. I have to click here, and here you can see I have two fields. If I say submit, you can see it's showing us that please enter your name, please enter your email first. So okay, let me just hit my name here. I will say Yamin, and yamin@gmail.com. If I say submit, then you can see name is Yamin and email is Okay, so this is a very basic form validation. I hope you understand. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.